What's good, everybody? It's the GOAT, Aaron Brown. And before this video starts, be sure to subscribe to my channel. Hit the subscribe button. Also, follow me on Instagram. It's linked down below in the description. Let's jump straight into it. So the women's first round of the 100 meters at the Paris Olympic Games just took place. And let's just say the first round did not disappoint. I believe this was like the fastest first round when it comes to qualifying, like the last qualifying spot that we've seen in modern history. And the people we expected to show up, they showed up. Some looked decent, some didn't look as well as I thought they would look. But I mean, the name of the game is just survive and advance, get through the first round. And that's what they did. So I'll be talking about the different people on how they looked and how I expected them to look versus how they looked. Just give a little breakdown. So of course we seen in the final heat, Heat 8, it was a heat with Talu and Miss Shelly-Ann, which also happened to be the two fastest times of the day. And I was interested to see how Shelly-Ann would look because the Jamaican trial, she finished third. She ran 10:91. It was a pretty hard 10:91 that she ran. Then she pulls up 6 weeks later to the Olympics and pretty much jogs that time that she ran at the Jamaican trials, and she gave all her effort that day 6 weeks ago. So it's clear that she's ready to run something really, really fast. She's ready to run way faster than her season's best. And just a veteran in her just showed. Talu got out in front, and Shelly-Ann didn't panic. She just sat right there because she know all she needs to do is get top 3 in her heat. And she looks really good. She went through her phases. She didn't press. She just kind of like just cruised through. Talu looked really well. John Smith worked on her front side mechanics, and she looks really, really, really good. I'm going to say that. Tia Clayton, the youngin, it was pretty much, I guess, a surprise of how she would do because she's young and she's never been on this stage and she's like the future. But she ran decent. Her form kind of wasn't, I don't know, something was off. And I seen she had KT tape on her hamstring, but it's like she stood up and her hips were still back. So technically she has like a lot of things that she can clean up to run way faster. Sasha Lee Forbes, her heat was into a head when she qualified as well. She looked really decent. So overall, the Jamaicans, they looked pretty decent across the board. Now I'm going to go to the Americans. Sha'Carri Richardson was in the first heat. She looked, just pretty easy. She transitioned. Didn't really start too crazy. She just transitioned, stood up, and just ran away from the field. Didn't really take nothing. Melissa Jefferson, she ran 10:9. She really didn't look that good, in my opinion. She looks like she was running on tired legs, and technically she kind of fell apart during her race. But those technical things are things she can definitely clean up going into the next round, and things she will actually have to clean up going into the next round. So if I'll have to say, she looks the worst out of all the Americans, but she didn't look bad. She didn't run slow, but she looked the worst. I'll say that. Then TT Terry, she looked really powerful out the start. She's been hurt all year, but she looked really good. She was in the heat with Sasha Lee Forbes. TT Terry, she like cleared the field towards the end and just kind of chilled. Looks really decent. So overall, the Americans had like a good showing out there as well. Daryl Nita looks really good from Great Britain. Technique-wise, it was damn near flawless. She looks powerful. Her race plan had no flaws from beginning to end. She ran 10:92. Dina Asher Smith looks really well. She looks powerful. She hopped out actually in front of Swoboda, and then she kind of like shut it down. Swoboda wanted to race to the end for some reason. Even though it's just the first round, all I had to do was get top 3 and they were clear of the field. You can just tell when some people are happy to be there and then other people are like wanting actually to get medals. Audrey LeDuc from Canada, she went out there. She looked really good. She set the Canadian record. She won her heat. Technique-wise, looked really good. This is a video of Sha'Carri heat for some reason. This is like the only video I could find online from all the women. You see like she got out pretty easy, cleared the field. Didn't really use too much effort. 10:94 was really slight. And a lot of them, they use like minimal effort, like Shelly-Ann, Lu looks really well. She executed her phases of her race, but she didn't look like she put too much into it. So I think she's in 10-7 shape for sure. I think Shelly Ann is in 10-7 shape. I think Daryl Nita can run something really special. She looks really good. Dina Asher Smith as well. And I just think it's gonna be a lot of people who we didn't I didn't even talk about Julian Alfred. That's where I messed up. Julian Alfred is going to be a problem. Let's just say that. Super powerful, unflawed race pattern. From beginning to end, she looks there's just no errors in her race pattern. She's very, very consistent in it. Gets out super hard, transitions, maintains, and then she just holds on really well. Usually when people are good 60 runners, they aren't really that good in the 100, and they're definitely not good in the 200, but she's good at the 60. She has the power. She's really decent at the 100, especially in the later parts of the 100, and she's really good at the 200 as well. So I feel like that really makes her different from a lot of other people when it comes to short sprinting. So I think Julian Alfred, she definitely could go out there and shock a lot of people and get a medal in this 100 meters. But just based off that first round, pretty much everybody who you expected to look decent, they looked really decent. And then some people you didn't even expect to look decent, like Gina Bass. Gina Bass, she always looks pretty decent. And Kim Bunji. It's a lot of depth, I'm going to say, on the women's side in that 100. But the semifinals and the final rounds are tomorrow. So we're going to definitely see how that turns out. And I feel like it shall be interesting. It shall be interesting. And it may not turn out how we think it's going to turn out. Like, it's the Olympic Games. People are always getting surprised and upset and shocked. So we just got to sit and wait and see how things play out. But y'all let me know what y'all think about these women hundreds down below in the comments. And be sure to subscribe to my channel. I'm out.